Welcome everyone to our Ease series. And today's topic is with ease with limitation. So, like always, whenever I do these calls, I do ask for everyone. You can write it on the chat or you can unmute. What does limitation means to you in your reality? If you didn't look at the dictionary meaning, what happens when you create a limitation or when you are being that energy? What truly happens in your world? Anyone, you can write it on the chat with the whatever that limitation does to you, or you can unmute. Or even if you don't want to, just get present with that energy that the day or when your space you do day to day a limitation. And let's be honest, we claim we are doing in one or two areas, but sometimes there are many, and one or two are very sticky one and real. It's no right, there's no wrong, but it is allowing us to complain, create our stories, easy to cry, easy to blame game. And there's like a whole Pandora box underneath it. I'm just going to read this question: restriction with judgment and conclusion. Okay, so yes, we are concluding. We know we are making ourselves less. Judgment is easier because we are day to day living in a linear world. How much ever we want to fight it, we know we are aware of people's energy. We all have that psychic ability. We are not making it right or wrong, but you have that space. Okay, so if you really would like, all of you like to, because the majority of the group asked for limitation topics, so that's why we went for it. Just look at it. If in that particular one sticky area where we all are making it, oh, I really limit myself because there's restriction here, there's family value underneath it, there is job profile underneath it, or whatever the reasons you guys are justifying with it. We're not taking those reasons or trying to make those reasons wrong out here. We're giving you that space. When you look at it, that you are aware that you're limiting yourself, or you're claiming that because of these people or this scenario, I'm not able to have, they are the one who are making it. However, you want to make the story sound more colorful and more fun, we can make that. We're not making it right or wrong, either of that. But just look at it, how and where. I know we don't say it how, but just still, just linearly look at that energy. If it's serving you so much, if you just gave yourself permission, what will really get created there? Not from your mind. I would request everyone out here, just look at it, that area. Try to take one or two areas right now. And I know there would be zillion, the list will can be big, or for some people not. So just look at one particular area of today, just for today, if you had that power. Okay, tomorrow say, I cannot have this problem here, that limitation here. What would really happen? You exactly will know what will really get created. Anyone, you can write it on the chat, you can unmute, you just perceive it in your body. What would really happen if you got that so much space? Because when we say the word limitation, it limits only the energy of your, it's like a, it's like a jailer telling yourself, you know what, these people or the situation will never allow me to be here. So the programming, we make it real. No, no, no. I'm not the one. Why will I not want to choose everything? It's these people, it's this situation, or this happened 10 years back, so I didn't know what else to do, and we'll justify. Again, that story is not right or wrong, but it gives me a power to believe that story works for me. So what am I doing in this reality is I will make that story so real and so locked that I will not choose me in this world for that particular area. Because we all are aware, if I'm an infinite being, there would be no lack. There will be no barriers. But this is a limitation barrier where I will create in my world and I'll go like, I am not going to choose me here. So we create a separation where you're separating yourself from that particular thing to happen in your world. So it will not be then the hard work, because the programming underneath to all of this is, I'd rather have hard work in this reality. Look at that space. If you had no hard work, you'll feel you're not successful. You're not become an adult. Because only as kids, when we are babies, we can have an easy life because we have so-called elders and everyone is protecting us and doing our work. Our work is only to so-called study. Only in study we can use our brain to be doing the so-called hard work. But when we are so-called adults, we have to do hard work. So what are we trying to program in this linearity way is I have to limit myself here. So who makes that gate masters those energies to ourselves is only us. So in that deeper level, we allow certain people, certain things to always tell us, you will not choose this with ease. As I think someone on the chat wrote, yes, you'll get lighter, freer, happier. True. We all are aware when we are being ourselves, we are that energy. But the reality in this world is it's more easier. I'll allow those to give me dopamine some days, some time for some hours, some days or months, but I will not allow it to happen daily to me. Because then there's no fun. Because it's boring. That's what people will tell you. How can you be happy every day? But have you really experienced happy every day? So again, it's a lie to limit yourself that you cannot receive the true joy of you. When you're being you completely at every part of you, acknowledging the good, the plus, the minus, everything of you, you are being that magical, that happy being. When people keep asking how to be me, how to be exactly who you be in this world, then the doing automatically happens. But in this linear way, we are taught, well, it become doing, and then I'll choose me. When you guys chose to come down in this planet Earth, did you have to do anything? You just chose to be and you became in that particular family you were born. Exactly that energy. But as we start growing, it's made to believe you have to keep doing something. And in that doing, we find ways where I have to stop and limit my being because I have to match up with this world. We are not saying this world is bad or cruel or good. The universe has no point of view, but living in this world, people have that point of view that you cannot have everything. So we believe that I rather limit myself and be minimal and match up with this world than rather keep choosing me. So it's more easier to match up with this world because when we can see it, your 4, 5 family members or the loved ones around you are doing that, it feels more comfortable and easier to do that. Because we don't want to be the odd one out. When I'm the odd one out here, it gets very uncomfortable. Because in that odd one out, I have to justify that how could I not have limitation? But you guys don't acknowledge that when those people are judging you, that when you're choosing in your capacities, they exactly also desire that. But they don't know how to have that. So they find ways to tell you not to choose that part of you. And we feel it so sorry and wrong to have that in our world. So unknowingly, we just ourselves go like, okay, let's create limitation here because here I'm not matching up with my family or with my loved ones. It's again, we are not making any of them right or wrong, but it's more easier to match up the surrounding than trusting ourselves. When you all, everyone are just trusting, even the bad side, the good side of us daily, how much more are you creating? Automatically, that limitation starts to go away because you're acknowledging your wrong is also your strongness. It's not trying to be honest here. Oh, I have this flaw. So look, now I'm owning it. So my limitation will go away. It's not coming from that space. It's coming from it like that is also a part of me. It's not a separation. When I don't create a separation of me, I don't create a lack of me. The minute I create a lack of me, I create a limitation of me in this reality. So, because the underlying to limitation is there's a lack, there's a separation of me there. So that's why it feels where I'm being here, the space is so far, it feels limit. The line is so big to match up here that I create a separation here. Wherever you are doing that limitation, can you all let it go today, please? If it's still serving you, it doesn't make you right or wrong. But you need to be present with it. It's serving you somewhere. So we don't have to fight that. Because if I'll fight it, it will fight harder. Because that's how the brain takes it over. The body never has any point of view. The body exactly does what you're asking. Because the body is just perceiving a signal. Okay, I don't have to do it. So the body will be like, okay, she's whole day or he's whole day thinking about it. I have to get that in my body. The body will exactly create that. Because that's how the body looks at it and perceives it. It's like the same way. Look at in your area of your life, any person whom you really admired and a person whom you did not admire. It could be the same person, it could be two different people. If you'll notice, majority of you will have the traits of that person whom you really admired also, and the person whom you did not admire also. Because your body was perceiving both. The more I don't want to see something, the body is still thinking about it because you're fighting yourself not to be like them. So the body just gets a signal to have that so that you become the more limit of you because you can see that they are being the limitation. Instead of being an allowance of that energy, what we do is we fight that. So our body being automatically takes the programming of that and attracts that in your body. And then we's like, when did I become this person? We go in that was never me. But when someone makes you believe or somewhere you catch yourself in that pattern and you go like, oh God, I became this person. Because you were aware of their world, that they create that lack, but the judgment was so real that limitation becomes a lack in your reality. So out here, we are trying to give you that space. There's no one perfect, no one is imperfect. But the more you be in this allowance of you and of the world, it will always, always give more of you. Because limitation will only create lack. And that limitation will go more and more deeper. So we'll have to fight it to prove it that it's a very hard work of this world and I have to find ways to get it. And when I go from that energy, I never get it. Or if I get it a little bit here and there. And some people so-called get successful in it, but how much they have to go against their body to fight and to get it in their reality. Because the point, it was never away from us. But the programming is so real to us that we make so much that separation to create lack. So we feel only that hard work of this world will take away that limitation. And the best line then we tell ourselves, oh, you know what? I procrastinate. I'm so lazy. I'm so screwed up. And the words of the bitterness and the judgments gets more stronger. And then we say, oh, look, at least I'm owning it. Bravo, you are owning it. So how much are you making real about those negativity? That's also a judgment about ourselves. When we own it, we are not saying you have to create a separation and tell them to go away or no. But sometimes we take pride about the flaws also, like, you know what, I'm trying to own it. So you're trying to make that more real. Because that becomes another layer to never to choose you. If what all of us gave the space, as we are majority, everyone understands your access language. What if you gave us a permission in every 10 seconds? Okay, today I don't want to create this. I want to be in my story. Yeah, cry, judge yourself, do whatever. What if in another 10 seconds or 20 seconds you go like, okay, today I want to choose this. Now I want to, now I don't want to. It will give you to have multiple space of who you would like to be today. Instead of giving the power where the world is trying to tell you you're less or lacking there or you're claiming that. Because when I claim and own it, I lock it in my body. And then we make it more real because something when I own it, it's making it, it only belongs to me. Like we take pride in our stories by telling people, you know what, this happened to me. You will never get my pain. You'll never get it. Of course, no one will get it because it's how you perceive it. Again, I'm requesting you. None of the stories are wrong or right, but it's just a point of view which we are locked. And if we are really truly demanding in our universe to have something a different reality, we have to go like, okay, I created that story because it worked for me for how many ever years, for days, months, years. Now what? As we are all aware, we all are infinite being. Wherever we are creating that separation of lack to pull it, you can pull it today itself. Universe has no point of view. We are not saying you don't have to do the being and doing work here, but are we really ready to receive it? And the true receiving will happen from a space when you acknowledge you and asking a true question. So the space here is, what would you like to be and do today to create what you're really asking for? Just get honest. When you're looking at that lack energy in your world, the limitation and energy in your reality, would you really like to change it? Give yourself permission for 10 seconds. Just see when you don't have that, where you create a limitation. It could be with your body, it could be with your health, your money, relationship, family, anything. The list can be very vast or very small. But I'm just requesting you all pick one minimum area which is the most sticky for you guys and look at that energy and be honest there. That if I gave myself permission, what's the underlying to that? What would you really like to create here? Because if I'm not being honest to myself, what underline I would really like to create, then a day or two, again, you'll go back to the old person thing. It's no right or wrong, but it just gives you the space to go back there. So look at that and then see, are we really ready to change that energy? And if it comes, no, it's too much or anything, what if we didn't judge ourselves for today? At least you're getting slowly present with that energy. It will just start giving you the space sooner or later. It was nothing from outside. We are the ones who are creating those people or those situations because it works in our favor. And just look at it. Okay, it's working for me. What if in that I would just change one molecule today? One molecule is like a space. Okay, only one thing, little bit of a tweak that, what would I change? It's like, in a bigger example, if I have to clean the whole house today and I go like, oh my God, clean the whole house one day is too much. And then when I look at it, okay, maybe we can start with the one room. And then when you look at one room also, you go like, oh, that's a lot. Okay. In that one room, how about we just look at one corner just for today? And in that corner also, maybe just one drawer out of it. And even in that drawer, if you can't complete cleaning the whole drawer, how about just one section in that drawer? Point is, you started somewhere. And maybe after that 2 days, you might not clean again, or 10 days, or 2 months, 2 years. What if that day you acknowledge you changed something by just cleaning that half a drawer? Where are we not giving ourselves that permission and rather making it more real? Can we all let it go now? It's always, always a choice. We always like to fight, like in access, that people think, oh, this is too much. We all get it. Why should I do this? And, oh, I've got it and I'll be taken care. It's a repeat thing. Yes, but then still there's a value that we want to still hold on to those energies. Because in this world, we rather have cry than really be the joy who we really like to be. It's more easier. So that's why the space is, it's nothing about making it easier, but we can have the ease of our beautiful being here. So the space out here and these calls are always to give you the space in different ways. You can always, always choose you. And the days you don't, it's really okay. You can go like, okay, today's not the day. I want to cry. I want to create problems. I want to do everything in a linear way. Yeah, because I can. It's my story. It's my script. But the day you're ready to tweak it, I'm just requesting all of you all to give yourself that permission. When you give yourself that permission, the energy starts to change here. And there'll be dips, there'll be highs, there'll be everything. But that's the fun of this reality. So it's the space of asking, okay, today I want to create a lack and separation here. Hell yeah, I'll go and create it. What is happening when I'm doing whatever I explained in a couple of minutes? Anyone, anything? Any question coming up? Anyone wants to unmute and talk? Nothing? Is it getting too overwhelming when I'm doing this?
Explain on psychic abilities.
Sorry?
Psychic abilities.
Psychic abilities, I can't do it in these calls. Those will be only in the paid calls. We're not allowed to because this goes in the YouTube.
Yes. Okay.
AK Road, I'm getting uncomfortable. Okay. Okay, so truth, when you're saying when you're getting uncomfortable, what truly happens? Is it uncomfortable or it's actually okay, it's painful? And then, so whose world are you this thing and exciting? Okay. So when we know we get really happy, what if we did not judge daily that, okay, I'm getting excited, but now enough of excitement. I'd rather go back to my square one because other people are not perceiving it. What are we doing there is we're creating a separation there that I'd rather not choose myself and I rather make others more bigger. Because that's what in this world is taught. Always be less. And when I'm being less daily, I'm creating a separation of me because it's more easier to do that. And when I'm making a separation of me, it just feels okay because that's what everyone does around me. I rather match up to that. And you need to just ask, when you are choosing, are you creating a separation of you? Or you're actually holding the space for everyone more? Because you're coming from the space of kingdom of we, not from the I. But when I work from the space of I factor, I'll always create a lack, the limitation of me. When you're creating a limitation because you're only seeing the one facet of what works from me, and that I factor will always tell you how much you can have or not have. So many times people say, I rather work with myself and then I'll figure it out. I know myself better. Yes, which is very true. Only you know you. No one is taking that away from you. Everyone will perceive you in their capacities. When I'm not choosing for it from a bigger space, I'm always looking the energy of separation from everything. And in separation, I'll automatically create more lack in my reality. But when I ask myself, if it's really true for me, you'll create from beyond for you what makes you happy and from the bigger space. Sure, you guys can log off. It's totally okay. We'll just take another 5 minutes and we'll be done. So daily, I'm just giving you the space as what all we've spoken till now, that trust what works for you. A limitation is sometime in a bigger way, it's really working for us. So what if you did not even judge that limitation here? But you need to be honest. You're doing that limitation because you want to make your family and loved ones happy. Then again, you're actually not working from the kingdom of you're working from kingdom of I, because you want to prove it to them. You know what? I'm the good one. The day I have to prove my family and loved ones that I'm the good one or I'm the kinder one, I'm really not being that energy. Because as I gave you all the space before also, to be me in this world, whoever you guys, everyone will be, do you need to really prove it? When I prove I am Rashi or I'm X person or Y person, I'm not being myself. So that fight is the creation of your separation, and that will always create lack. And then we get so overwhelmed and exhausted that, wow, I'm so less here because this person can do this, I can't do this. And the areas will go on, and then you'll be like, I'm doing so much for my loved ones or for my work or everything, but I'm still not creating that. Or that money thing is so real, the problem is so bigger and real, or the relationship problem is so big and real. because you're making that thing bigger and separated from you. Well, if you go like, okay, it's serving me, but if I want to just change the narrative just today, just by one small thing change? We know we can change it fully, but I know majority of us get overwhelmed with that also because it's uncomfortable when actually it's the most fun thing. But again, I want to make everyone comfortable, but I rather make myself uncomfortable in this reality. Because we claim, and the bigger the society will tell you, oh, because you don't live in a big family, oh, you're not married, oh, you don't have this responsibility, because you want to always make these roles bigger so you can rather limit yourself in this world. We are not saying those roles are wrong, but they are just roles of this reality. They'll always be there. If they're your true family, your true backbone people, they will always be there, but when you choose you. Otherwise, they're just doing duty, which even you guys are doing. And then we make it very real. Oh, it's normal to fight. It's normal to get angry. Is it? Or you're just playing up perceiving those roles to do it and projecting that anger, resentment, and separation. And that again limits, because it's so easy to get angry today and go like, you know what, that screwed up my work day or my productivity of doing that. Because it's easier to get into the loop what I'm feeling today. Because I rather distract and limit my life than show up. Okay, I had this thing going on with this person or this situation. Now what? And then everyone will make it again that same way. No, 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 you don't get my problem. My problem is very real. You're not in my shoe. Hell yeah, I'm not in your shoe. And nor you will be in my shoe. Well, it's not about being in whose shoe or not shoe. Where are we not choosing ourselves here? Everything this is bringing up, can we all let it go now? And now just ask, just daily give the space, who and what can I be today? Just for today. And whatever that energy comes, we are aware of the clearing statements, we can do it. The more you get your bars run or a body process or any even other modality. Yes, here we are talking from the access space, but trust what works for you. There's no right, wrong modalities or having different modalities which works for you. Or even as simple as just going alone for a walk in the nature. Nature always has your back because you are part of your nature. Nature never limits it. Today, you could have a thunderstorm, you could have a tsunami, you could have fires naturally coming up, you could have anything. Nature still comes next day, same. It doesn't limit, oh, you know what, you created a flood here, or you cut my tree today here, to tomorrow I'm not going to grow. Then we say that's nature, but I'm my brain, but we are in our head, we are not with ourselves. Majority of us are living in our head because we want to match up with the people around us, but not with ourselves. Because it's easier to keep limiting at every nanosecond of us than to have the wholesome of us. And we all know we have tasted, but we allow the taste in few days or few seconds, but not throughout. We make it more real that I cannot have for 4 days continuously joy. Or okay, if I'll allow it, it has to be on a holiday or in some wedding function or something good has to happen. Because that's also limited. Oh, it has to be a close wedding, then I can enjoy because it's my family wedding, or it's something so personal. So, how much limitation every nanosecond we are giving up programming? I can allow happiness here, joy here. How much are we daily controlling ourselves in this world? And it's not the world. Only we love to control because we all are control freaks. So what if you all of yourself gave yourself the permission? Okay, I'm just going to choose and have the fun of me today. Even the ugly side of us. And even if you're making a mistake and you're creating a limitation, can you make it more fun? It's like you can turn up that energy even more. In a simpler words, When you're looking at that energy, you're making it very sticky and real, you're limiting yourself, just tell your body, let's turn it up. It's like you're increasing the intensity of it. What happens when there's too much intensity in anything? Just the basic physics I'm talking. It'll burst out. Yeah. And when it bursts out, it just explodes and goes away because you can't hold anything. But what we are doing it, I rather control and hold it and make it real and locked in my body and being. Because we want to make the story more real and limit our life at every nanosecond, then be the expansion of us. We all get the exercise, we all get the processes, but we feel like, no, oh, today we got it done, so I'm sorted for 1 month or 1 week or 10 days, or we'll believe with this people I can't, there I don't have the time. These are all way of telling us I'm superior here or this doesn't work for me or that. Daily just ask yourself another question is also, whose world am I being in? That's your psychic capacities. Even if you guys don't say the clearing statement, the minute you're getting present, you have a choice to let it go. You can say it in short, you can do anything. Or any other modality which works for you. Or even if nothing, just being present with that energy. Okay, I want to stick to it for a while. When you don't fight something, you be in the allowance of you. However, we get, oh, yeah, I'm trying and everything. Point is, the minute if you're going after that bath, that whole allowance, that gratitude was zero. I'm sorry to break it out to you. It becomes literally zero. It's like you put a fake cement. It was not a true cement. It had too many mixings, like how VMCs does it in our roads. You keep rebuilding that thing. It works. Is it right or wrong? No, it just works for the country that way, at least in India. It's serving someone, but few people it's not serving. So you need to be honest. If it's serving you, as simple as that. But if it's not, you need to ask, what's the value of keeping that energy with you? Anyone, any questions? Or we are good for today?
Rashi, can I ask?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Rashi, you just said if you get repulsed, if I get repulsed with someone or with some concept, your body doesn't have any point of view and I'll become that, right? So if I get that awareness, okay, I'm behaving like that person or I'm becoming that, then what should I do? Because I really, suppose I don't want to be that person. So allowance or
So first you need to really ask, what are you really fighting with that person energetically? Because you
okay.
were fighting that person or that situation, so it becomes sticky because the body doesn't understand words. Body only perceives things. So it's like, I don't want this. Body is getting, okay, she's continuously only talking about, I don't want this, I don't want this, means she wants it or he wants this. So it will pull that in our world.
Okay.
So you need to be honest. It's serving you somewhere where you were fighting that energy or that particular person in your life. So the body just got locked into that. So you have a choice. You can tell your body, okay, sorry, body, I didn't know how else to perceive it. What is the truth of us? The body will show you. But initially, it might just be a fight with the mind because the mind and the mind is programmed. The body again has no point of view. The body can release it in 10 seconds, that energy. But the mind is so programmed to make that way of working in that space with you. You have to tell your body to make it more loud to have ease with that energy.
Okay.
So just keep telling body, it's not ours. I return it to the sender. The tools of access, use it whichever feels lighter for that day. Because so many times we also go, oh, you know what, this tool works for me, but in certain area that tool might not work there. It doesn't mean that tool doesn't work for you in that situation. It doesn't work. That's why I love about access. They give you zillion tools. So you just have to ask. The easiest way is always include your body and ask the body that day, okay, body, there are too many tools. What is just for us for right now? Even if you can't put it in words, because it's not about telling the world or proving it to the world, it's for you guys that day. So just a body, okay, can we just play with that tool and make it more ease in our world? Ease. Always remember the key is ease, never easy.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question. Anyone else? Or we'll stop here.
Let us have a picture. Please show your faces. Smile, please. Smile,
So
please.
hurry.
And yes, we are posting.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else wants to show?
That's really okay. Whatever they are.
Raki,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel that, limitations,
Mhm.
a lot of them, I
Mhm.
won't say, I can't quantify whether it's most or what number, but a
Mhm.
lot of them, on thinking back, are self-created.
Of course, that's what we've been
And,
talking about.
and also,
Mhm.
whatever, whether they're self-created or real,
Mhm.
even if it is real, it's a perception that it's real.
Right.
It causes me to forget me.
Is it
You
true?
know,
It really
when
expand.
you say choose me
Mhm.
and learn to be me, वो me तो कहाँ छुप गया है limitations के पीछे, whether they were real or self-created. You know, once the limitations are gone, then the me surfaces.
Exactly. And that's
Otherwise, the
true.
me is
It's your
lost
true
in the
being.
limitations.
And when you're saying me is also a limitation of you. It's your true being. When I allow
Yeah,
true being
being.
come, yeah, being, BEING.
Being me, not as in me identified as by my name,
Yeah,
but me as in the being of me.
right. So when you allow that, everything will come to you with ease. And that's the mantra of access. All of life comes to you with ease,
Yeah,
joy, and glory.
glory.
So that. So thank you, everyone. I'll just,
Thank you.
I'm going to
Good
stop.
night.